Imagine that you are a stone in a stormy stream of life. The water is hitting you, washing away everything in its path. But you remain unshaken. You don't scream, you don't cry, you don't try to stop the flow. You simply exist, and this is your strength. This is Stoicism. It's not about indifference. It's about freedom. Freedom from what you cannot control. Freedom from other people's opinions, from expectations, from fear. It's about not being important in your own eyes, so much that you stop suffering because of something you can't change. Life is a game, but it's not a fair game. Sometimes you are dealt trumps, sometimes you are dealt blank cards. You may run into cheaters who will try to beat you, but the Stoics say, the game is not about winning. The game is about playing. You cannot control what cards you are dealt, but you can control how you play them. You can't control what others will say about you, but you can control how you will react to it. You can't control whether someone will offend you, but you can control whether you let that offense steal your peace of mind. Stoicism is not about being cold or emotionless. It's about choosing what to spend your emotions on. Imagine that your mind is a fortress. You can open the gates for those who are worth your time, or leave them closed for those who only waste your energy. You are the guardian of your fortress, and if someone tries to storm it, you shouldn't panic. You just close the gates, because you are the master of your thoughts. Today you may be offended. Tomorrow you may be abandoned. The day after tomorrow they may betray you. But the Stoics ask, why waste energy on something you cannot change? You cannot force someone to love you. You cannot force someone to respect you. You cannot force life to be fair, but you can force yourself to be stronger. You can force yourself to be calm. You can force yourself to not be important in your own eyes enough to stop suffering because of things you can't control. Stoicism is about being, to be here and now, being in the moment, being in harmony with what is. It's not about fighting life. It is about accepting it as it is, because life is not an enemy. It is just life, and if you try to change it, it will beat you even harder. But if you accept it, it will become your lie. Imagine that you are a traveler. You are walking along a road that sometimes leads through forests, sometimes through deserts. You cannot change the road. You cannot change the weather. You cannot change what happens on your way. But you can change your attitude towards it. You can enjoy the forest even if it is dark. You can enjoy the desert even if it is hot, because you are a traveler, and your power is not to change the world, but to change your vision of the world. Stoicism is about not being important, not to be important in your own eyes, not being important in the eyes of others, not to be important in the eyes of the world, because when you stop being important, you become free, free from expectations, free from fear, free from suffering. You become who you really are. You become yourself, and this is where the magic begins. When you stop being important, you start living. You begin to breathe fully. You start to see the world as it is. You start to realize that life is not about being important. Life is about being here, to be now, being free. Stoicism is not a philosophy for the weak. It is a philosophy for those who are ready to face life head-on. It is for those who are ready to accept challenges without losing themselves. It is for those who are ready to be a stone in a stormy stream, because a stone is not afraid of water. It simply exists, and this is its strength. So stop being important. Stop trying to control what you cannot control. Stop suffering because of what you cannot change. Just be here. Be now, be free, and then you will realize that life is not about being important. Life is about living.